Hello lovelies, it's Erin here and welcome to A Wild Light. So this video is all about a little game. It's a little game called the Game of Threes. This Game of Threes is absolutely perfect as a warm-up practice or activity, or as a way for beginners to get used to art journaling and to get used to their materials. So basically all that we do is we come to the page, and every time we pick up an art supply to use, we simply use it 3 times. As you can see, I've just picked up some of this blue acrylic paint. I'm going to use it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to paint some yellow circles, and I'm going to do it 3 times. Okay, so here is some Robert Oster Purple Soul ink. Oh, I can't even deal with how beautiful it is. And guess what? I'm going to use it 3 times. So this is it. This is the basis of the Game of Threes. The trick, I suppose, is not to overthink it. Pick up the next supply closest to you and to instinctively put a mark or put a pattern where you feel that it should go. Don't ever overthink it. Just let your intuition guide you to where you should put the next mark. Okay, now a few quick sprays of some Tim Holtz Distress Spray. I think that's spun sugar. And now I'm using a black colour pencil to just draw in these little bird shapes that I've been making lately that I really love. I am working pretty fast here. I'm not giving myself too much time to overthink. I'm simply grabbing the next supply or tool that inspires me from the trolley that's sitting here next to me and making a mark on the page. And I make that mark 3 times because I like the number 3 and because this is a small page, so I think three marks is enough for each tool. But you can choose any number you like. If you had a really big journal, a really big piece of paper or a big canvas, then make your mark 6 times or 9 times if you like. But this is an A5 size journal, so I'm doing it 3 times. I'm doing each supply 3 times. This is Robert Oster Copper ink. It's also one of my favourite things in the world. I just love it so much. And here's some squiggly lines in grey Pitt pen. And you know, I just do what feels good with that particular tool in my hand. That's all it really comes down to. I'm moving my hand in the way that pencil or that pen or that ink feels like it likes to be moved. And in that way, I get to know my product, I get to know my tool, and I get to know how I like to use it. That's the beautiful thing I think about this practice, is that you learn the kind of marks that you like to make. You learn that you really like to make long curvy lines, and that when I hold a charcoal pencil, I like to hold it really loosely and just let the pen flow under me. Okay, so I'm going to use this golden acrylic ink and make these little orange lines. Oh, that feels really good. 3 of those, and this is a Jane Davenport paint over pen. I love these pens. These have fast become one of my favourite tools of all time. They really are a bit special. And I've discovered through this kind of process that I love making dots with these white markers. Absolutely love making these kind of dots with them. It just feels good. It feels right. Okay, so of all the things, you know, I have to tell you that this is one of my favourite things to do. This makes me feel good, and that is making a little squiggle with a Ecoline brush pen and then using my water brush just to watercolour that out, just to brush that out with water and spread it around just a little bit and make these kind of dots, these patches of paint colour with them. Oh, I really love that. I love that so much. And this is what I mean by using this process and finding the kind of marks that you really like to make. These are the marks that I love to make. This is art journaling. This is what it's all about for me. Circles, more circles, sticking on some paper. So I'm going to stick on 3 bits of paper with my matte medium, of course, my favourite thing. I don't even know how I got by before I found matte medium. Ooh, and some washi, my favourite animal print washi. 3 of those, of course. And you just keep it going fast, you know. You don't hold back, you don't censor yourself. You make squares, you make circles, you make dots, you make lines, you make squiggles, you stamp stamps, you stick things, you paint things, you write things, but you do it 3 times or whatever your chosen number is, and you just let it flow, keep on going. And more is more. Pile it on. There's no rules telling you when to stop. I'm only going to stop because, well, I don't want this video to go on forever. But yeah, you know, go as long as you want to. And the more you put things on there, then the more you cover up what you put on previously, and that's okay. It's okay to cover things up. Cover things up, because when you cover things up, you kind of provide more possibility and more opportunity for other things, and for the picture as a whole to take a different dimension. And oh, it's just lovely. It's all about layers. Allow yourself to cover up things, and don't be afraid of that. And I'm drawing in some eyes. This is also a paint pen because I love eyes. Love them. They're always good to have on a page. And just keep going with 3 more. Oh, this is my favorite wine-colored Uniball pen. You can see why I love it. It just pops. Oh, and these are really good marks to make as well. They're like kind of like little clusters of tiny little raindrop style things. Oh, I love these. Okay, now I've decided to go with some paper layers. Inspired by my dear friend Leanne at Creatively Free to Be Me. I just love the way she does paper layers, and I'm trying to incorporate more of it now into my work. So here I go. Little bit of music note paper. Pop those on, 3 of those somewhere. And just some tissue. Just some packaging tissue paper that I had lying around. 3 of those too. Awesome. See how I've covered up a lot of the previous work, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. Oh, and I just gave each one a little swipe with some, what's it called again? Wild honey. Yeah, wild honey. And then this is some red acrylic. I'm going to do these little patterns on. I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. You seriously have to try it. It's a simple technique. These are simple marks to make, circles, dots, lines, anyone can do it. And it's so incredibly rewarding, and it really helps you build your relationship with your page, with your tools, with your supplies, and with your own intuition and your creativity and your creative flow. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you guys give this a shot and show me pictures of what you do. Love you guys. See you later.